Om. Namaste. Hope all are happy. Almost after 20 days we are meeting. Today let us take up a very interesting subject through which we can go back or go forth and find out to what extent we can recall ourselves. In the Surya Vamsha kings, there was a king by name Anartha. His eldest son was Revata. It is Revata who constructed a very beautiful city by name Kushatali, and he was happily living there. Revata had 100 sons. Most of the time we think that only Dhritarashtra had 100 sons and one daughter. Even in the previous Itihasas, we could come up with kings having 100 sons. So Revata also had 100 sons. Of the 100 sons, the eldest son was Kukudmi. Kukudmi had a very beautiful daughter. To match her beauty, one had to search all the lokas. Such was her beauty. The beautiful daughter Revati had all auspicious indications. Her character was so pure. When Revati come to the puberty and she has matured to become a to-be wedded girl, the father Kukudmi shortlisted some of the horoscopes. Not satisfied with which one to select, he had a very close friend who is none other than Brahmadeva himself. Although Kukudmi was human race only, contrary to Danavas like Hiranyakashipu or Ravana or Vibhishana and so on. Kukudmi had very mystical powers through which he was able to do many miracles in and around him. Although he never misused any of his mystical powers or used his mystical powers only for genuine purpose, never he has used it for any kind of nefarious purposes. King Kukudmi also had a mystical power to make pathways to Brahmaloka. He wanted to consult Lord Brahma about the shortlisting of the horoscope and which bridegroom would be more suitable for his daughter Revati. He takes his daughter Revati and makes a pathway to Brahmaloka and reaches the Brahmaloka. Once he reaches the Brahmaloka, he gets into Brahma's abode, where he finds Brahma is totally engrossed in listening to music from Gandharvas. Brahma and Saraswati Devi are so much mesmerized about the Gandharva Gana. King Kukudmi did not want to disturb Brahmadeva and waits for some time, at least till the Gandharva Gana comes to a conclusion. Once the Gandharva Gana comes to a conclusion, slowly Kukudmi, taking her daughter with him, approaches Brahmadeva and shows the horoscopes before the Brahmadeva. Looking at the horoscopes, Brahmadeva laughs like anything. O king, my dear friend, what do you think about these horoscopes? By a short time what you have spent here with me, none of these bridegrooms are alive as of today. Not only that, the bridegroom's family, sons, daughters, grandsons, great-grandsons, their descendants, all your descendants, everyone has been swept away by the passage of the time. By the short time what you have spent here with your daughter Revati, 27 Chatur Yugas have been lapsed. One Chatur Yuga, that is Krita Yuga, Tetra Yuga, Dwapara Yuga and Kali Yuga, all put together is called Chatur Yuga. One Chatur Yuga is 43,20,000 years. Like that, 27 Chatur Yugas have been lapsed by the time what you have come here. So 11 crore 66 lakhs 40,000 years have lapsed by the time you came here and listened to the Gandharva Gana. Brahmadeva says, "Oh, my dear friend, Kukudmi, time runs differently at different places." Here, I would like to call upon the members and YouTube viewers. We have been talking about Einstein's theory as though something genius Einstein has invented. Everybody have been claiming, we have been listening to that one. We listen and talk about time dilation effects, gravitational time dilation, space and time, etc. We also learn that the time gets even more complicated because of the gravitational time dilation. This was invented, this was first felt, this was first researched. All such labels we attribute to some Western scientist. We also talk about relative velocity time dilation. Some great scientist has labeled it so. So on and so forth we give. But look at how many thousand years back this story is described in Sridevi Bhagavatam and Bhagavata Purana. Coming back to the subject, now Brahma recommends, please go back to the earth. Many generations have elapsed. Many descendants of your own tribes are no more. One suggestion I can give you, at this moment the current yuga which is running is Dwapara Yuga. Mahavishnu has taken avatara as Sri Krishna and Sri Balarama. Balarama will be a suitable bridegroom for your daughter. Please go and approach. Listening to the Brahma's words, Kukudmi and Revati, they descend on earth where they are astonished to see the cultural total change. Many are very dull in intelligence, no intelligence at all. Everybody has been shrunk into height and weight. People are not able to lift materials. They become so weak by working for few minutes. Everybody is sick and their language pattern has changed. For everything they refer some books. They have lost the mantras. They are not able to recall who they were. So many defects. Notwithstanding these things, Revati looks still young. Kukudmi also looks young. Only the difference of age between Kukudmi and Revati is the father and daughter age difference. They straight away go to Balarama, explain the situation. Balarama accepts Revati as the bride and marriage function is celebrated. After the marriage between Revati and Balarama, two sons, Nishata and Ulmuka, are born with one daughter, Shashireka. These two sons, little later in Yadava Kalaga, Yadu war, between themselves, both the sons are getting killed while Shashireka gets married and goes away from her parents' place. Subsequent to this incident of Yadava Kalaga, in which all Yadavas were killed almost 36 years later of Mahabharata war, Balarama also ends his human incarnation in a sea near Somnath. He goes for Yoga Nidra and goes to the abode. Following the end of Balarama's incarnation and attaining the abode, Revati also becomes a sati and she follows her husband and ascends the sacred funeral, thus ending her life. Now, listening to this itihasa, these historical facts, we come to know that Revati is 11 crores 66 lakhs 40,000 years elder to Balarama. How do we consider this? Is there a marriage happening between a elder lady and a younger boy? How do we consider this? Beyond this also, we must understand, even before our birth, God creates milk in our mother's breast. After that only, we come out, and by the time we come, the divinity has already produced nectar for us, not making us to starve even for a minute or second. This is the reality of the divinity's calculation. Even before Lord Balarama arrived on earth as an incarnation along with Sri Krishna, an avatar of Mahavishnu, the divinity has already sent Revati. But Revati was hidden somewhere in order to escape the fact that the time ran differently or the time dilation. In the act of divinity, the memory is found so strong. The memory is hidden somewhere. How it was possible for beautiful Revati with 11 crore 66 lakh 40,000 years of age to remember and come back to the same spot and go and get connected to Lord Balarama. When we were discussing earlier, the 37 trillion cells has its own memory. The memory will not be lost. The memory may be dull at some time. Sometimes the memory may be intoxicated because we are in a different realm. Until we put efforts to recall about us, about our forefathers, about our parents, our grandfather, grandmother, great grandfather, great grandmother, who knows, we were from a very highly part of the divinity. In today's Samyama, let us very clearly concentrate on King Kokudmi, Devi Revati, Vishnu's avatars, Sri Krishna, Sri Balarama, Brahmadeva, and try to recall about us, about our parents, so that some vision can be definitely seen by us. But we need to concentrate. We must have trust. we must have belief, we must have conviction, we must have connection with Mahavatar Babaji. Once this happens, all can happen within ourselves, around ourselves. Let us make an attempt. Those who did not get anything, do not worry. Over a period of time, we can recall, we can recollect, and we can reconnect also. Om Sadguru Babaji Namaha. Om Sadguru Babaji Namaha. Om Sadguru Babaji Namaha.